Welcome to the lecture series in computer science. We are seeing a series of lectures in the subject Agile Methodologies. We will be seeing about what an Agile project management is, and then we will be seeing about the Agile drivers, capabilities and values. The contents of the session are: we will be seeing about the Koskela and Howell's 3D model for project management, the mindset that drives the agility, the benefits of agility, components and house of quality, framework of agile enterprise, agility linking model, and then we will finally see the methods of evaluating and achieving agility. Now first we will see about this Koskela and Howell's three-dimensional model for project management. My dear viewers, I suppose you might be aware that when do we go in for this agile software development model? When there is a change in requirement, when there is a requirement creep, when the requirements are not crystal clear, when the requirements are unknown. So we go in for this agile software development. So this Koskela and Howell's three-dimensional 3D model of project management describes about three different features. So one is, they speak about the transformation, flow and value. The transformation takes place when the requirements change from one sprint to the other. So based on the transformation you have a flow, and based on the flow, when we give a small incremental delivery, small feature delivery, you value the feature, you give value to the increments, so you give value to the small releases. So that is what the Koskela and Howell's 3D model for project development, project management speaks about. It speaks about 3 points. One is transformation, second one is flow, third one is value. So now let us see the mindset that drives agility. As far as the mindset is concerned, it is broadly classified into two types. One is called as a growth mindset, other one is called as the open mindset. Now let us see what is agility. What does agility determine? Agility has been advocated as the business paradigm of the 21st century and the winning strategy for becoming a global leader in an increasingly competitive market of quickly changing customer requirements. The two types of mindset that drives agility are, as I said, it is a growth mindset and open mindset. As far as the growth mindset is concerned, the ability to see oneself and others' abilities, talents and intelligence as attributes that can change, grow and develop. The open mindset speaks about the ability and willingness to be open to the ideas of others and to take those ideas seriously. So when we say in a literal terms, you need to have an open mindset, you need to be open to changing environment, then only you can achieve a lot. So that is said to be an open mindset, and that drives the agility. Now let us see the purpose required for agile strategic planning. It is used to unite the resources of an enterprise and to create business value. Agile enterprises are concerned with change, uncertainty and unpredictability within their business environment and making an appropriate response. So this is said to be the purpose of agile strategic planning. Then let us see about few attributes that are required to cope with the requirement changes. And my dear viewers, these 4 points are highly required as far as the examination point of view is concerned, or as far as the interview point of view is concerned. So the attributes to cope with changes are: first attribute is said to be responsiveness, second attribute is said to be competency, third attribute is said to be flexibility or adaptability, fourth attribute is said to be the quickness or the speed in achieving. So these 4 attributes are required to cope with changes. Then let us see the benefits of agility. Agility is used for mass customization. It increases the market share. It satisfies the customer requirements. It facilitates rapid introduction of new products. It eliminates non-value added activities. It reduces product costs. It increases the competitiveness of enterprises. So these are some of the benefits of agility, and my dear viewers, again these benefits are highly important as far as the examination point of view is concerned. Then let us see what is a quality function and how it gets deployed. Let us see it as the quality function deployment, and in short it is called as QFD. The QFD is designed to emphasize detailed pre-planning to meet the customer needs and requirements for new product development. It employs several charts called house of quality. This house of quality, in short it is called as HOQ. It is used to translate the desires of the customer into the design or engineering characteristics of the product and subsequently into the characteristics of the parts or process plan and production requirements related to its manufacture. So in olden days people were using this quality mainly for the production environment. For the manufacturing companies, they mainly depend on the qualitative products. They wanted to deliver quality in their work, quality in their products. So that is where the QFD came into existence. So then now let us see the 7 components of the house of quality. In our earlier slide we spoke about the house of quality. So this 7 components of house of quality is, again it is important for the examination point of view is concerned. The 7 components of house of quality are customer requirements, in short we call it as CR. The importance of the customer requirements, why do we need to go in for this customer requirement, what do we gain from this customer requirement. So the importance of customer requirement is said to be one other quality. Then correlation among the design requirements and its correlations, correlation customer requirements and the design requirement relationship matrix. The customer requirement in short is called as CR, design requirement in short is called as DR. So the customer requirement and the design requirement relationship matrix, prioritization of the design requirements and competitive analysis of competitors. So these 7 components are required to determine the house of quality. So I repeat those 7 components again. One is the customer requirements, importance of customer requirements, design requirements, correlation among design requirements, customer requirement and design requirement relationship matrix, prioritization of design requirements and the competitive analysis of competitors. So this is called the 7 components of the house of quality. Then now let us see what an agile enterprise is. The agile enterprise, what is the goal of an agile enterprise? The goal of an agile enterprise is to enrich or satisfy the customers and employees. An enterprise possesses a set of capabilities for making appropriate response to changes occurring in its business environment. Business conditions are characterized by volatile and unpredictable demand. Agility is defined as the capability of an enterprise to respond rapidly to changes in the market and the customer's demands. Driving force behind agility is said to be the change. So these points speak about the agile enterprise. Now let us see about the areas of changes in the business environment. Market volatility caused by growth of the market niche, increasing introduction of new product and shrinkage of the product life. Intense competition caused by rapidly changing competitiveness, internet usage and a short development time for new products. Changes in customer requirements caused by demands for customization, increased expectations for quality and quicker delivery time. Accelerating technological changes caused by the introduction of new and efficient production facilities and system integration. Changes in social factors caused by environmental protection, workforce, workplace expectations. So these are the areas where the changes takes place in the business environment. So now let us see the framework of an agile enterprise. So we have seen about the agile enterprise, we have seen about the area of changes in the business environment. Now let us focus on the framework in an agile enterprise. So here we have the customer requirements and the competition criteria, which gets related to the agile enterprise goals. My dear viewers, have it in your mind the 4 points which relate to the agile enterprise goals. One is the cost, time, functions, robustness. I repeat, the cost, time, function and robustness. It enriches and satisfies the customer needs. This is called as agile enterprise goal. So to satisfy this agile enterprise goal, we saw about the customer requirements and we were able to see the competition criteria, and then we need to see even about the market, how the market is. What will I do in order to make my product competent enough with the other market survivors? Then technological innovations, social factors. So all these things determine the agile enterprise, and the goals speak about the cost, time, function and robustness. Then let us see about the collaborative relationships, which speak about the strategy factors. Strategy is nothing but how do you plan, how do you make your execution in a successful manner. So for that you require a good amount of collaborations. So that collaborative relationship comes under the strategy. And then we have foundation to lay off. One is called the process integration. How do you integrate the process? In one of the previous lectures we would have seen about the different agile life cycle models as extreme programming and Scrum framework. We would have used it separately, but when we mix and match both the models, both the extreme programming model with the Scrum framework, which is called as XP plus Scrum. Extreme programming in short is called as XP, and Scrum is a project management framework. When you mix and match, so you integrate the process, so that acts as a base, that acts as a foundation. So this foundation you have, and how do you integrate the information from the data, the refined data, the processed data, you call it as an information. When you integrate those information, that with the help of the infrastructure that is available, so that comes under infrastructure. Then how do you do the marketing, how sensitive your product becomes, and what sort of customers you can attract for your product. So that becomes the mechanism. Customer, marketing and sensitivity becomes a mechanism. So all these 4 things are called as the 4 pillars of agility or the 4 providers of agility. If a question has been asked, what are the 4 pillars of agility? 1. Strategy, 2. Foundation, 3. Infrastructure, 4. Mechanism. Now with these pillars we go into this agile capabilities, responsiveness, competency, flexibility or adaptability and quickness, which we saw in the earlier slides. So here this agility, capability, responsiveness, competency and flexibility, quickness, everything will make us achieve the goal as far as agile enterprise is concerned. So this is the framework of an agile enterprise. Then let us discuss about the agility linking model. It is classified into 2 groups. One is called as how do you analyze the agile strategy, analysis of agile strategy, and second thing determines how to identify the agile providers, identification of agile providers. So let us now analyze the agile strategy. It is used to identify the degree of the agile abilities that can provide the required strength for responding to changes and searching for competitive advantage by maintaining alignment between agility drivers and agile abilities. And as far as the identification of agile providers are concerned, it is to find the agility providers constituting the means by which the so-called needs of an enterprise relation to capabilities can be achieved by linking between abilities and providers. So these two things speak about the agility linking model. Now let us see the systematic approach developed for the agility linking model. So here we will be speaking about the two different linking model. One is on the analysis, second one is on identifying the obstacles for agility. As far as the matrix for analyzing the agile strategies, we have the change in business environment, which is as well called as the agility driver. We have the level of changes. What are the changes that you make based on the requirements, based on the market conditions, based on the strategical factors, based on the other economical conditions? What sort of changes that you make? What is the level of change? That is determined over here. And then agility capabilities and its performance is determined as the relational level between the agility driver. That is, it speaks the difference of the relationship between what and how, what is to be done, how it is to be done. So the relational level between agility drivers, what with agility capabilities. Agility capability will determine how it is to be done with hows, and this speaks about the average relation weight of agility capabilities. Now let us see the average relation weight of agility providers. We have seen about the capabilities. Now let us see about the agility providers as well. Let us see the matrix for identifying the obstacles to agility. Here you write agility capabilities, you have the average relation weight of agility capabilities, and you have the agility providers and the performers. So this agility providers and performance is determined by the relationship level between the agility capability with agility providers. As I said, with what and how, what is to be done and how it is to be done. So that what are the obstacles that are identified, what are the obstacles that prevent you to work with the agile model. So how do you identify it, how do you remove those barricades? That is what this matrix for identifying obstacles to agility speaks about. So this is said to be the overall systematic agility linking model. And then let us see how to achieve agility through fuzzy logic. My dear viewers, you would have seen about this fuzzy logic in a subject called artificial intelligence. So let us now relate how to achieve agility through this fuzzy logic. We need to form a self-assessment committee. That particular committee will assess the team's progress, will assess themselves. So that committee will be part of the software development team, will be part of the agile team. They are all the stakeholders. Those stakeholders are said to be the committee members, and they need to assess themselves. So we need to form a self-assessment committee. Then we need to collect and survey data or information to identify the agility drivers, determine the needed capabilities, and select the required providers for assessment. We need to select the preference scale for measurement. We need to apply the relationship matrix and use linguistic measurements to evaluate the agility attributes, relationship level, and prepare a translation. My dear viewers, you would have encountered a statement called linguistic measurement. Linguistic measurement is a type of measurement that is used in fuzzy logic. If you are aware of the fuzzy logic, you might be aware of this linguistic measurement too. Now analyze the fuzzy average relation weights of the capabilities and providers. We need to aggregate the fuzzy ratings and average relation weights of capabilities into a fuzzy agility index, which is in short called as FAI, and we need to match the fuzzy agility index FAI with an appropriate linguistic agility level which is available in fuzzy logic, and we need to analyze the agility and we need to offer and give suggestions for improvement. So this is how we achieve agility through this fuzzy logic. Now let us see the method for evaluating and achieving agility. You need to identify the agility driver, you need to set goal for the agile enterprise. We have seen about the agile enterprise, we have seen about how to set goals for agile enterprise. So you need to set the goal for agile enterprise. So after identifying the agile drivers, we determine the agility level needs, and after determining the agility level needs, we are supposed to determine the agility capabilities, and we are supposed to select the providers and the assessment terms, how we are going to do the assessment, and then we need to apply the relationship matrix and use linguistic terms to assess and translate. As we are working with, as we try to work with the fuzzy logic, we need to use linguistic terms to assess and to translate, and then we need to infer average relation weight among the agility drivers, capabilities and providers, and then we need to aggregate the fuzzy ratings and the average relation weights, and then we need to set the management threshold. As well, we are supposed to label the linguistic bank, and this labeling the linguistic bank starts from determining the agility capabilities, and it exists even in when we are applying the relationship matrix and when we are using the linguistic terms to assess linguistic terms to assess and to translate. So this is what has been available in this linguistic bank, so that we will be labeling it. Then we need to rank the fuzzy merit relation value index of the agility providers, and we need to match the linguistic terms determined from the fuzzy logic, and then we will be getting the agility level. Based on the agility level, we are supposed to analyze the agility gap and then identify the obstacle factors for improvements, and we need to identify the obstacle, we need to remove those obstacles, and we need to see to that it gets improved. So this is what the method, this is how we do the method for evaluating and for achieving the agility. Then now let us see the factors related to agility with respect to a particular case of a manufacturing sector. As far as the factors related to agility is concerned, we saw about the driver, agility drivers, we saw about agility capability, we saw about the agility providers. So we will determine a case with respect to a manufacturing sector, with respect to driver, capability and the providers. So we have seen about, as far as the driver is concerned, we need to have the growth of the niche fields. So then we need to identify those changes and then we need to respond. We need to, as far as the provider is concerned, we need to have a multi-level detailed relationship manual, and as far as the driver is concerned, so similarly we have the product lifetime facility over here, and as far as the capabilities are concerned, we need to have a technological ability and appropriate product introduction, and we need to, as far as the provider is concerned, for this capability we need to have a quick new product introduction. And then supposing if, so these are all some of the factors that determine the drivers, capabilities and its providers. Supposing if you want to determine new product features, then by determining the new product from time to time and from market to market, as far as the capability is concerned, the organization should have a normal or flexibility, and then as far as the provider is concerned, that there should be trust based on relationship with categories. So this is how we work with, these are some of the factors that related to agility, and by and large we can have any case for this matter. So when we are going to relate any case for with respect to an organization, we are supposed to relate in terms of three different things. One is about driver, second is about the capabilities, agility capabilities, third one is about the agility providers. When we are able to relate all these three things, then we can derive the factors related to this agility. Now, let us summarize this session. We started this session by seeing about the Koskela and Howell's three-dimensional model for the agile software project management. We saw three different models in it, and then we saw about the mindset that drives the agility. We saw about two different mindsets. One was about the growth mindset, other one was about the open mindset, and then we saw about the benefits of working with the agility benefits. We saw about the 7 different components available in the house of quality. The house of quality in short is called as HOQ. We as well saw about the framework of the agile enterprise, how the agile enterprise should look like, what is the goal, how to achieve the goal. Those things we saw in the framework of the agile enterprise, and then we saw in detail about the agility linking model, and we saw about the methods of evaluating and achieving the agility. And finally, we ended up by seeing a case with any of the manufacturing sector. We saw the factors that are related to have a good agility. So, we saw about the three different factors as the drivers, capabilities and providers, and we saw this as an example with respect to a case. Thank you.